Hello everybody, how you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shock, and sorry about the mug, but I left my I left my little setup rig down the caravan and forgot to bring it up with me that I use for these sort of videos. So I'll try and get something sorted out for the next video I'll put up, but my son will bring it back after he's been down at the caravan for the weekend. Anyhow, very welcome to Two for Tuesday, which was created by the master himself, Mr. Tom from Knife Delights. And I love these 2 for and 3 for. And it, again, just gives me a chance to pull out a couple of knives that I don't get out that often and have a look at. But this time, it's more of a request. Somebody was asking me about my friction folders and how I was getting on with them. The only reason I haven't done a full review on it is that I haven't tested this one enough. I have this one, but I haven't tested this one enough. But hopefully within the next week or two, I'll get a full review done on them. But this is just to remind you what they were, because friction folders, they're not often talked about. There's not a whole lot of people that talk about friction folders. So this is a friction folder. And what is a friction folder? It is a blade and a handle, and it's held together with just a pin. There's nothing else at all. There we go. You can just see through there. Now, this little pin that you can see here, you can see the back here, this is a blade stop. So this stops the blade going right through the back. You can't really see that, but it stops the blade going right through the back or hitting on the back pin. So that's what that there's for. This is a more modern one. So it has that blade stop. A lot of the traditionals were just very thin, and you folded them into the pocket, and that was it. There was nothing to stop them going through or hitting the back pins. But this one is a more modern one. This is from a USA maker, Michael Morris. I think it's Michael Morris. Again, I'll do that. I know it's Morris. And this one was made back in 2011. He makes his out of files. There we go. Can you just, I don't know whether you can see it. It's very hard to pick that file work up, and yet it's quite, oh, there you are. You can sort of see that now. Can you see the file work on the top here and down the side? Absolutely lovely. A lovely cut swedge on here, and this beautiful blade, which is convex ground, which is, again, is something a bit unusual to see a convex ground. Now, this knife's a fair age, and somebody's sharpened it as well. The tip is blunt. It's been, I don't know whether it has been poked off. I wouldn't have thought so, because it's quite thick down at the tip there. But whatever reason, there's a bit of it, it's sticking up here. So if I show you it, just trying to stick it in, this is just receipt paper, so it just should pop through. But look at the force. Oh, did you see it? I'll show you again. Look at the force I'm having to use to get this to go through a bit of receipt paper. It's too much. It shouldn't be like that. Here's another little friction folder, which is the 2 for today. This is the smaller version. Oh, this literally just goes through, no problem whatsoever. Tiniest little poke and the tip goes through. So you can see the difference there. The tip in this one has got, it's a bit fat and a bit rounded. So I need to sort that out too. So when I do the sorting out of that tip, I will do a video on it, because I'm also going to give it a quick sharpen. Maybe not a sharpen. I'll probably use my large white Spyderco ceramic and just give it a nice shine and a hone. But it'll show people who've maybe never tried to do a convex grind how to do it basically, rather than a big long video. Now, I haven't done it for donkeys. A couple of years since I've done a convex blade. This is the only one I've got, I believe. I think so anyway. So it'll be nice for me to practice that little bit of skill, which I haven't touched for a couple of years. And I'm sure people would be interested to see how you convex a blade. So we'll do that. But this one, I say, it's fantastic. It is a really good knife. When you put your finger on that, this is just the tang here, right? And I think this really impressed me. When these tangs, I know they stick out and they're awkward, maybe in a slip. You can have a hole at the bottom of the slip where it'll come out, or just put it standing up, which I do in my pocket. It's really not a problem. Don't make it an issue unless you really want to make an issue of it, because there is no issue. It just sticks up out of the top of your sheath a bit anyhow, or buy a bigger sheath. But when this is in, it's about halfway down. You can see, well, it's maybe just over halfway down. So this is, when you put your thumb here, which you do naturally, you're not having to do anything unnatural. It really does. You can't close that over. You know, if you run back and knocked it, it's not going to close on you at all. So it's more safe than you actually think. I personally, I think this is probably a little bit safer than just an ordinary slip joint. That's just my personal, because when you're holding it, especially if you are cutting, you're putting a grip on it. So you're putting the power down on the top of this, and it's also coming back this way when you're pushing through. So there's no problem whatsoever. I really, really love this. I need to fix the tip up because I think it was about 2 weeks ago, I went in to get into a box and I could hardly get it into the cardboard box. It was a bit damp or whatever, and it just wouldn't. And I thought, no, that's it. So I put it down, and I haven't bothered because I'm lazy and I'm a procrastinator. So that's why it hasn't been fixed. But I'll try and do a wee video when I'm fixing that to let you see it. So, but so far, highly recommended. Check out Michael Morris. If that's his name now, I'll double check that. In fact, I think I have it up here, have I? I might just have it up here. No, that's Karoo. That's the other one. Sorry. I'll just have a look in this wee one to see. No, it's not in there either. Anyway, I have his little card somewhere. Anyway, Michael Morris, I believe that's his name, and he makes all sorts of different sizes and shapes of friction folders, but really good. And they're all made with a file. Well, most of them that I've seen anyway, with a file, which is lovely. This second one, I can't tell you. This is just a wee dream night. If you're somebody that likes carrying a peanut, let me just show you a peanut here. I'm so well organized, honestly. Not. So this is a little peanut, a little case peanut, which is the average size of a peanut. There you go. There's your little case peanut. There you go. And here is the little Karoo. And this is South African maker. Let me just get that so I can get this. I can't see through my hands, Tom. It is blade-wise and handle-wise nearly exactly the same size. There we go. There they are up together. The Karoo is a little bit smaller than a peanut and a little bit smaller of a blade. I didn't think it was that much. It's about a quarter of an inch up there and a couple of tenths at the back. So, but it's similar to a peanut. But my God, you've more power in this than you do in the little peanut. I love the peanut, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a peanut. But this is just, it's, it's like a, there we go, there's a full-size blade. But you can see the difference. This is like a full size of it's a short, full-size, full-depth blade. Gosh, I'm so intelligent. But this is Karoo. You'll see his signature on there. South African maker. Now, he makes all sorts of slip joints and locking knives, but he does do quite a few. This was made for the one of the clubs over here for friction folders in the UK that I'm a member of, and this was made for the club last year, a couple of years ago, maybe a couple of years ago. And he makes a full-size one exactly the same as this, just bigger. But this is just a little thing. This is just a little razor. This is just a little, this is just a little razor. It really is a little razor. Lovely little knife. And I've enjoyed carrying this as a secondary carry, because the day that I took, a couple of days that I took it out as a secondary carry, I didn't need to use a bigger knife because this done it all. Absolutely all. Much sturdier back spring than you would see on a little peanut. Really nice down to the tip. It's not ultra thin at the tip. Let me just show. It's not ultra thin, but it's pokey enough, let me tell you. Really lovely. Sabre grind. And on the grind, again, this might be difficult to see. It's very fine. I don't know if you can see the difference. This is actually stippled. It's been hidden with a peening hammer and probably a nail or something. And all up here, instead of being from, like this one is a file, this has all been hand done and hit with a nail and a hammer. All the way up, little tiny pinholes to give it a really unusual. That's it. Can you see that? It just gives it nearly like a deep bead blast, but not as fine, if you know what I mean. So, a really lovely knife. This is in N690, I believe, and this one could be N690. Can't remember. Brain off a sieve. But that's my 2 for Tuesday. 2 friction folders that I absolutely adore. Will they replace normal slip joints in my carry rotation? Probably not. I just like having the fingernail and picking it. I just like that in a traditional knife. Yeah, these are probably faster to get out and deploy because you don't have to do anything like that. You can do it one-handed and close them one-handed. So, there's that there, but that's the bit that doesn't rub me up the right way. It's the fact they are one-handed and you can do it one-handed, and it makes it untraditional for me. Although these were made long before slip joints were made, because there's no backspring. They're much easily made. Just 2 bits of wood even, and a hole through it and a pivot, and that's it. You can use one of these. So 2 for Tuesday. I'm enjoying them. Sorry I haven't done the full review, but I'll do it when I'm going to do the tip on this one, and we'll talk about them and the uses I found for this one. I've talked about this one quite a lot, but this is a good knife. This is a good knife. I'm going to get the tip sorted out and give it a quick... it's not dull by any means at all. Not dull by any means. I'm just cutting through old bits there where it poked, but it is just really sharp little knife. It's just that tip that's been putting me off. So I'll do that hopefully within the next week. Thank you very much to Tom, and please go and watch everybody else's. There's a stack of videos out there today. It's been well supported, and go and see what 2 knives a few other people have and check them out. And I just want to let you know, on Thursday night, you don't want to miss it. I think it's going to be Thursday. It'll either be probably Thursday or Friday. There'll be a podcast with me and Justin. You've got to watch that podcast, because me and Justin both got new knives and we're going to highlight them on that show. And they are something spectacular. There's a hint. Don't miss it. It'll be probably, I'll put it out now, sort of 7:30 on Thursday, 7:30 UK time. Please come along and watch the live. It's a bit of a crack with me and Justin. It's not a serious chat. It doesn't get too serious. In fact, it very rarely gets serious. But it's just me and Justin having a bit of crack, and we're hoping to show you 2. He's already got his. I'm waiting on mine coming, so don't miss it. Take care now. Bye-bye.